Lisa gently tapped her husband's cheek, but the next second he went out of control, violently scratching his face in his sleep. No matter how hard she tried to stop him, he kept clawing himself until his face turned red. By morning, his hands were covered in blood, yet he remembered nothing. Lisa cleaned his wounds and wrapped them in bandages, and then he left for the office. Soon, Lisa began noticing blood trails in the house. Their dog stayed curled up in fear, shaking in the corner. That night, Lisa put gloves on her husband's hands while he was in a deep sleep. Around midnight, he suddenly stood up and silently walked straight into the living room. Lisa followed him, but horrified to see him eating raw meat straight from the fridge and gulping water like a possessed man. The dog, frightened by the scene, started barking loudly. After that, her husband walked back to the bedroom like a puppet. But when Lisa followed him, she saw him opening the window and trying to jump out, but was saved only because Lisa grabbed him in time. At that moment, he woke up, but once again, he remembered nothing. To find the truth, Lisa took him to the hospital the next morning. The doctor told them he was suffering from sleepwalking disorder. As soon as they returned home, Lisa locked the house, hid sharp objects, and made sure he took his medicines. The next morning, when she woke up and saw her husband sleeping peacefully, she felt relieved. It seemed like the medicine was working, but when she went to make breakfast, the living room was completely trashed. While cleaning, she noticed dog hair all over the food packets. With fear creeping in, she opened the fridge, and what she saw terrified her to the core. The dog was lying there, dead. A few days later, Lisa gave birth to a baby. Along with the happiness of becoming a mother, her fear of her husband's worsening condition kept growing. She even bought a special sleeping bag for him, one that made it difficult to get out of. Still, her fear didn't fade. One night, overwhelmed with terror, she hid in the bathroom with her baby. Around midnight, she heard footsteps outside, followed by loud knocking on the door. After a while, everything went silent. When she finally stepped out, she saw her husband wandering around the living room. The next day, her mother called in a ghost hunter, who claimed that her husband was possessed by the spirit of a dead man. Lisa remembered an old man who had died a few days earlier, someone who lived on the floor below them. But in the end, medical tests confirmed that her husband truly had sleepwalking disorder. With treatment, he recovered, but Lisa's condition kept getting worse. She became convinced that her husband was still possessed by a spirit, and in that obsession, she took a horrifying step. So what's the real truth behind all this? For more stories like this, subscribe to the channel.